Local recording. All right. People, you know what that means? You know what that sound? You know what that glorious sound means? It means we have another series. And that means we're going to go just jump right into this. Because we are awesome. All right. That being said, am I on the right? Okay, I am on the right stream. Spawning in the top left as the yellow Zerg, it will be none other than mca64. I'm just gonna call him this guy 64 because I cannot say that name. Apologize. And spawning in the bottom right as the purple or the teal Terran, teal Protoss. No, teal. What is this? Teal Protoss. It will be Seriosity, the clan leader of Walk. Cool. Okay. Without further ado, let's get on back on the Brood War sounds. And I don't know much about. I don't think I've played Seriosity before. I know he spectated one of my games before, but yeah. And 64, dude, I don't know who you are. I know you're in chat. I know you're there, but yeah, I don't really know you. And he's gonna be yellow. All right, yellow is always a nice color. And the first map's gonna be on Jade, none other than Jade, because it is perfect. Seriosity. Is his name capitalized or? I sure hope I spelled that right. If I didn't, well, too bad. And wow, that is really bad. Okay. In Jade. So this all will be a TVP as well, guys. So that being said, we're gonna have a barracks on the high ground, which I like to have. 64 is going across the map, maybe cross position already. Just gonna be scouting cross position. That's very, very nice. Simulator going down, which means Cybercore is coming up right after that. And Eden Zerg wants me to check my Skype for some apparent reason. Let's see why. Oh yes, another cast. You know what that means, guys? That means there is 16 matches to go through. Well, we're gonna have to see how late this goes on because, well, I'm not stopping this cast until we are done, or until it's 2 a.m. in the morning at my time, then I have to go to bed. But either way, this wall will be this wall will be very, very tight. It will be perfect. This is how you should really wall off Terran. You could also place the bunker right around here. Master Parrot, you'll be fine. He's gonna probably do a siege expand. Probably why he's getting the gas now. I'm not really quite sure if that quite uses the expressly. I'm not sure if that actually helps the mining or not. I think it probably does. It doesn't look like it. I don't know. It goes down the bunker like I was talking about to help defend against any kind of early pressure. See, Nexus is going down right now. Not even before. Okay, so he's actually going to go a pretty fast Nexus. He's just going to not even want to bother pressuring here. That's totally fine. It would be very hard to break through this with goons to run by it. But either way, doesn't really matter to me. And I just want to check one thing. Well, okay. Ooh, do. Okay. Anyway, just checking out some PMs while I'm doing this because a lot of stuff's going on. Factory's going down. So like I said, siege expand. Somehow the probe got in though, despite there's 3 Marines right there, which I believe should just like 1-shot or 2-shot a probe. But shields are upgrading, so he's going to get nice scouting information. We'll verify that there is a factory coming in. No kind of crazy fake mech bio build that I've never seen before. But according to Wikipedia, that there is a build that does exist like that. And, yep. And let's see here. We're getting a gate up now as well. So it's probably just gonna do a 2-gate robo build. Things very, very standard. Can pressure and you can get obstac out. Only sad thing is that they don't have blink, so you can't blink in the main base. But that's StarCraft 2. Okay. Probes are going to be making their way down to that expo. And what is this? Checking for any... Okay, so a quick third base. This is looking very much more like a standard TVP. That it's not kind of crazy like our other players did. But I know it's an interesting match despite all that crazy shenanigans that we have. Like the Firebat bunker that's really awesome and creative that actually I ponder the idea why people don't do it as much. But anyway, what's the tech going to be looking like? Do we have a starport coming out for Vulture drops? No, we do not. It's just going to be throwing down a second factory. So it looks like it's just going to be gearing up just to get a lot of mech units out and fast. Maybe doing a timing push, may not. Probably just take a third base behind all this. Apparently people are saying that TVT is like an erection. It's long, hard, and rather boring when it ends with a bang. If it ends with a bang. That's kind of creepy how well that works too. With that that works. Alright, so he's gonna be gearing up to take this expo. I think we're just gonna go in macro mode for both these players. I think that Protoss is gonna take a lot of bases, and we're just gonna see how it plays out. It's decision making, so both players really aren't showing any kind of signs of aggressiveness at all. Terran's definitely bunkering in. I mean, there's actually a bunker right there. And it's just pumping out tanks up to this point. No vultures quite yet, staying up its third base a lot quicker than said other player does. Checking for a fourth base down there as well. What's tech looking like? 3 gates, 5 gates now. All right, so he's getting good gateway production up right now, and we could even potentially see fast arbiters, as his tech would allow him to do that. But I'm not quite sure if he wants to end it really, really quickly. And I believe Seriosity is a C+ player. I don't know about 64 again though, but there is sound. I think there's sound, yeah. Dun 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 dun. But I still kind of want. I'm a little disappointed that XSplit decided to crash at that time. I'll talk about that in a minute. We have 5 goons pressuring the third base. Maybe he'll snipe off the SCV that's producing that base, and yes, he will. Now, I hopefully he doesn't have to cancel this CC, because that would be really disastrous. I think in the past 2 games we've seen the third base CC get knocked off twice. But he's still going to be in range to hit that CC, though. He's targeting the eBay, which is questioning. I don't really know what's with that. Alright, he's going to try to just get in between the distance between them and the tanks right there. More reinforcing goons coming in here, and it looks like this third base will have to get canceled. And 64 possibly could have got it might have gotten a little too greedy, I would say. You know, the third base was a little quick. Oh, again, just right in the mix. Does he get the cancel on that? No, he doesn't. He doesn't get the cancel. That's not good. Seriosity has gotten very lucky with the timings of the third base going up and how greedy 64 really wanted to put that. Wow, 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 wow. Getting up to 5 factories now. Generally, I would see 3 base Terrans off of a Fighting Spirit-esque map would probably be around 6. Probably around 6 factories, probably. But, well, we're just going to see. Alright, Marine is dying right there. And continuing to deny that third base. 2 base Terrans aren't really that difficult for Protoss, I would say. Difficult to break down. But, I mean, just the same thing what you do in ZVP as Zerg onto Protoss, where you can just hopefully contain them, continue to deny their third base, and then have them mine out, and then you win. Same can be applied to Terran versus Protoss, where your Protoss up a 3 base. Or 4 base. Terran's sometimes a little bit more difficult because they're so they can bunker in really, really hard, and then while you make a mess up, they keep all their units and they just can expand seamlessly behind all their awesome mech units of destruction. Alright, let's see here. So he's getting up a 6 factory up now. Nope, yeah, 6 factory now. And double armory. So it's looking like a 200-200 build with +3. So what I would really call this build. We might be getting ready for a timing push. Terrans are always hard for me to read during casts, but because generally that third base is so easy and tangible to reach, players will normally just take it. Also, could someone like get rid of DKSFD or whatever to ban him? Be fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, can you ban him? Great. Going down here. 102 supply to 137. So there is a supply gap between both players. Now, I think that's around normal and then Terran will all of a sudden start getting back up to that, and because of that lack of third base is really why that's happening right now. 57 to, so about dead even on harvesters. 10 vultures, 10 tanks. Still about on a 1-on-1 ratio. It's a lot of tanks. But that's okay. But still, Seriosity is yet to take another base. But there's vultures in position everywhere. Huh. Well, I guess the Seriosity though, I mean, he's doing fine for what he's doing right now. Because I mean, he's up a base and he doesn't necessarily need to have 4 bases. Of course, ideally, I mean, it's not bad to have 4 bases. Do not get me wrong on that. 4 bases are always better than 3 bases, but looks like he's just going to be gearing up for a timing push. Upgrade is +1, is just finishing, and he's going Arbiters. A little quicker Arbiters in general, but it's still around that 1230-ish mark. So he's going to be getting Arbiters. It's looking like, because he's clumping them up so much, maybe a recall. It could be doing a recall on the main base. And probably tech would verify that as well. No upgrades from the Arbiter Tribunal quite researched yet. Gonna be pushing on this choke point though, but tanks are gonna try to get in position. No, they're not. They're just gonna go evacuate. Third base is gonna have to get pretty much lifted off immediately. And 64 is just getting really contained right now. We do have a further up third base here, which makes it very difficult for Terran to defend. As he's been so bent over, or he's been so cautious to keep this area under control, but he can't seem to control this one little ramp, which is surprising. Most times Terrans don't really have much of an issue holding up this ramp. But nevertheless, there is a third base going up here at the 12, which, if undetected for, will definitely allow Terran. We're looking at 144 supply to 177. We have a control group of vultures making their way down, putting down spider mines. And is the first Arbiter coming out? 2 Arbiters are coming out. Arbiter Tech recall is what's going to be the choice here. So he might recall the main base. He may just have them with the main army. Been so bent over. I don't know what I said. Hopefully it wasn't bad. Hopefully it wasn't bad. I don't want to offend anyone. Or so bent. Oh. Anyway. Ow. That hurt. Okay. I'm still pondering the idea. 4th base going up though, so the production of Protoss is going to escalate quite a bit right here. Going to be pushing up this ramp though. That's not a great idea. We'll expose this area a little bit more, but our spider mine should buy enough time to reposition enough tanks. So we'll have to find out. Ooh. Terran will never attack. Can't go cats without making such a reference, can I? And right when chat says he's not attacking, he's pushing out right now. I mean, like I said, 180, I guess 160 is probably a bit more accurate for timing-wise. It's a lot more factories than 6 factory timing push, but his upgrades will probably be pretty strong. 1-1 is on the way. 2-2 is about halfway done right now, compared to the only +1 that is of Seriosity right now. Arbiters are done. Stasis Field is just finishing up researching. What are the energies? He doesn't have enough energy quite yet. It does require 100 energy. In previous tests, I always thought it was 75. He's going to be pressuring in here without Stasis Field support. And, but with cloaking, it does help. Oh, man, the swarm of Protoss units, man. But is it enough? All the cells are gone, and they will have to pick up and leave. Maybe if you just wait a little bit longer for Stasis, that might have been a little bit easier of a battle to take. But hey, good amount of damage. It's kind of the same. There's a mindset going into this that players have, which is Protoss in TVP, was that if you can throw 400 supply to kill off, can kill off 50 supply of a mech army, that's a job well done. Or 400 army supply to kill off a mech army, that's good. It's not cost effective, but it's sometimes how it goes down. People said that I've been drinking too much beer. No, I'm 17. But yes, I mean, that attack did a good amount of job. It did limit 64's main mech army, but probes are going to die very quickly. That was not the right route to escape from, not into the tanks. But it was only 9 probes, and we have another counter push here, and it might be base trade. And has Stasis Field available? Does he have enough? That Arbiter seeing some fire though from that turret. Oh, the turret it does go down. It did have 150 energy. Pushing up here. That's gonna be very difficult. Now, what does Terran do in response? Base trade or? Oh god. Oh, they're pausing in between this. Maybe 64 is like, what do I do in this? What do I do? Maybe you have to ponder for 5 minutes and be like, dude, what's going on? It's like, what do I do? Like, do I counter push? No, I'm gonna go back and help defend. But this hurts. Back at main base, there's still another healthy amount of units coming out as well. While this is going on, let's just double check the gateway counts for our players here. 8 gateways versus 8 factories. Definitely not the highest production Protoss I've seen, but very active and very, very well decision making for engagements. And this was the timing that you went in there, you killed off the natural expansion. Not bad at all. You're in the main base with the production right there and doing a good amount of damage. I think, though, 64 will be able to defend, but can he defend the second wave? That's the important question. And the other thing, though, is he's forced to reposition all these mech units, so he can actually go attack the third base if he'd like to. Or he actually does stasis the ramp and kills off more of the production and SCVs. I hear Deed Matrix. Wow, he's done a lot of damage from this push, and he has more. And like I said, he can just go attack the third base with no problem. So all that great stuff, great stasis though. Indeed, cannot really send in any more reinforcing. That's a lot of production on one factory. The push has been thwarted, but back at home base, there's another army. Not as big, due to the fact that he's only off of 3 bases this entire game. It's been a pretty low economy game. But despite everything, I think Seriosity will take game 1 without any kind of issue. Oh, red. Oh, is he gonna snipe it off again? Like, wow. I mean, what has been the bane of existence for round of 32 Terrans off third bases? Their CC always dies in Terran versus Protoss, apparently. Well, I mean, he's just losing tanks now for like no reason. He's just gonna go back home, regroup, get a new maxed army possibly, more arbiters, more stasis field available, and potentially win. And maybe, just maybe, Seriosity is Sail, because he didn't get the upgrade for increased energy. So maybe he's actually deep down his Sail, and he's playing. He's smurfing Protoss, or playing Protoss. Who knows? Just saying for any kind of expansions or anything. All right, so he's trying to desperately kind of cling on to his third base right now. And apparently this is not over, according to the chat. So maybe we're in for a very long TVP. It's already been 20 minutes, so I don't really know how much longer this can go on for. Most TVPs end in... But 64 is retaking the central part of that. The issue that I just foresee is that here comes a recall. Or an awesome stasis field, either way. Nice stasis field. Here we go. He's going to be pushing in here right after that. All right. He's kind of mind dragging them right onto the turn, onto 64's army right here. He's going to be cleaning up a lot of this army. I don't really know what's left of this army. Oh, it's pretty far back. I like the positioning of that. Now, if that was stasis field, that would be Balzer. Again, another awesome stasis field on that ramp, but these tanks are getting cleaned up, and this command center will have to get lifted off again. Oh, red. And yeah, he's gonna clean this up. Oh no. That's so many goons. What was that, like 20? 23 goons. 23 goons to 7 tanks, and around 11 Vultures and around 4 Goliaths, so 138 supply to 92. Does he get an EMP off? No, he doesn't. And these tanks are exposed, but these goons could probably just go in there, but maybe not. Somehow he's held, but the CC has died. So I don't really know what 64 can really do. A couple stray units. We have a 4th base going in for Seriosity as this time's been going on. We have a Vulture. Vulture's going around the map. It's just, I just don't know really where. I mean, 64 could theoretically come back if he could reclaim like a top right-hand base or something like that, like a tri-base area. But it's just getting there and the whole army there in position in time would just be very difficult. But I just don't see how that's a realistic possibility. Could happen though. But this is actually really annoying because he's trying to take another base. What is this? We have a lot of mech units coming downtown to the Proton fleet. It's like, we're tanks. Except the only thing, though, is... when people say tanks in online games, it normally means that they're really bulky. Like, these tanks are really freaking fragile. You know, I don't know. Just realize that. And we have a long-distance mining action happening on that 3rd base right now. The top right has gone up, cleaned off the mineral fields right there. One Vulture is still chilling over there to deny any kind of natural expansion taking place. I'm sure if a Dragoon can single-handedly take care of that. And gonna be doing some stuff. I mean, he doesn't have enough for command center. He doesn't have a command center. No, there. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, he has a command center. 157. He still only has +2 24 minutes in this game. Wow. And this is a nice interception, though, for 64, though. Definitely did a hurt on that worker count. Seriosity is only ahead by workers about by four probes after all of that. And the Vultures are still getting in there, so they're probably going to claim a couple more victims at that time. And dun 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 dun. How long does this go on for? 25 minutes, I am pressing the 2x button. If it hits 30 minutes, I'm ticking the 4 times button. 35 minutes, 8 times. 40 minutes, 16 times. I'm sure people don't mind that. Because I am really not seeing where this is going right now. Other than the fact that Seriosity is being really passive. And 2 times it up. Now, because it's an engagement, we need to slow it down. We have the epicness. And semi-decent stasis field. I think every game of casting people have been overly cautious. Wow. 64, you're a jerk, man. You did not GG. Isn't there like a mandatory GG? So like Nina, like, right? You need a GG Seriosity, right? I don't know. I didn't see a GG here, but he'll like probably GG out again. Anyway, that's game number 1. Going down to Seriosity, walk Seriosity, whatever. Anyway, game number 1's done. People on YouTube, thanks for watching. Puka signing out.